I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Saints barrel to an impressive 31-point win. Hines Ward hauled in over 150 yards receiving and helped his Steelers beat the Browns. Right on the Mississippi River in St. Louis, we had the Rams come away with a 7-point win. Down in Reliant Stadium, we had the Texans win this one to the tune of 13 points. The Panthers accumulated over 150 return yards in their win at Lincoln Financial Field. Matt Hasselbeck threw for 2 touchdowns and helped his Seahawks beat the Broncos. Colts, Vikings. Seneca Wallace looking over the defense from the 22-yard line, and a pump fake. Everybody stops. Oh, that buys the time for the TD. The Colts win this one by the final score of 19-13. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. Before we get to the big news of the week, let's do a quick shakedown on the rest of the NFL's injuries. Dwayne Ledford is arguably the biggest name on this list. He'll be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. David Thornton is going to be watching from the sidelines for a while, as his injury will deal a major blow to this team. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Right by Lady Liberty in New York, we had the Jets get nipped by 3 points. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Henderson will be on the move. You see it there. He'll be getting a nice little payday, too. 6 years, $2.5 million. Pittman is also on the move as he signs a robust 5-year contract with the Bills. Travis LeBoy is on the move, as you see, as he accepts a pretty good offer to leave his current club. 4 years, $4.3 million. Paul Spicer will also have a new address for a while as he signs a 4-year contract with the Bears.
Down in Nashville, we had the Titans get sent away with a 7-point loss. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Well, trades aren't quite as common in the NFL nowadays as they are in other sports, certainly. But we've got news to report to you on the trading front nonetheless. Russ Hochstein leaves the Patriots and heads to the Cowboys. And he's a smart enough player that he should have no trouble adapting to his new line mates. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Larry Allen ought to be a good addition up front, as he'll add a little muscle to an offensive line that could certainly use it.
Chiefs, Falcons. Michael Vick is calling the signals at the 28-yard line. Will they go safe? Pocket forms beautifully. Lob. Nice in stride touchdown. The Falcons win this one by the final score of 24-17. The Bears defense held their opponents to under 100 rushing yards in their win at Chicago. And last but not least, we had the Packers come away victorious. So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.